That's exactly what
no. Stewart gets tagged and holds on. Behind him, they're going to pile up. Hamlin, Johnson, Bush, Martin, Gordon.
And Tony Stewart cut down in front of Matt Kenseth.
I guess we're going.
All of these drivers are in a secure qualification.
Oh, there you go.
Hard, one car into the wall, and that's Carl Edwards.
Or is that Carl?
Wow.
Regan Smith gets tagged. Denny Hamlin involved. Johnson first, Kenseth second with a push from Gordon. Oh, Kane! Kane gets around, slides across the track. Dillon misses him. More carnage down toward turn number 1. Montoya, Harvick.
A real low apron.
All with damage as the caution comes out.
Ooh, looked like possibly.
But it looked like they started accordioning up in front of Brad Keselowski.
Very similar to what we saw at the start of the race, Larry. Just somebody slowed up a little bit and it caused that accordion effect.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in 17, he just basically stopped and he went on by.
They're off in the distance. Here they come to the head end of pit road.
Well, it looked like either the right front just went down on it or something broke on that 31 car. Just as he was about to turn it off into the tri-oval.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. That was a hard hit, though. That thing pounded the wall.
Jeff Burton was.
It's rubbing the tires. Actually
Buddy.
It's down.
Buddy.
And in the wall goes Kurt Busch.
A lot of times it will just cook the bead of the tire that steals the tire to the rim.
Yeah, if a car's not handling well, you've got to slow it down. And the only way you can slow it down is use a lot of brake, and then that's what happens.
29. Darrell was up the racetrack.
Just got out a little too wide. There's not a lot of grip out there. A slight contact to the left front. Don't know how much damage that did.
Stremme right behind him and into him.
Yeah, I believe I believe Blaney got out of the gas a little quicker than Stremme thought he was in the 30 car and got into the back of Blaney in the 7 and spun him around.
Did you see how quick that big new roof flap deployed on Dave Blaney's car the minute this weekend?
Well, the first one was a melted bead, but it looked a lot like that. Loss of steering control straight up and into the wall.
The same thing, right front tire down. Just when they don't turn, that right front tire down.
And that's not, obviously both of them had the same problems. You can see it right here. Just dead in the middle of turn 4, the car just goes straight.
That's probably what caused it. Let's see what happens here. We'll put it right here. That first one.
Get low if you can. Low if you can. Pack's coming outside of you. You're good right there. You're all.
You see the black smoke come from the tire. Looks a lot like what happened to Danica there a little earlier.
Trying to get onto pit road.
I think he was trying to get on pit road, Mike, and he gets the car, he locks the brakes up there and gets the car sideways. And I'm sure, just like NASCAR, I thought that thing was going to come back across the racetrack.
But Darrell, we talked about that entrance being right in the middle of turn 4.
Tough.
And along comes David Gilliland in the 38. And around goes Labonte.
Yeah, I thought he was going to save it. He got it sideways up on the track, but then he got down here where it's not much grip, probably dirty, and the car just spun with him.
Last year's winner, Tony Stewart, gets the free pass.
Last year.
Tony Stewart got kicked up high in turn 1 and got way up in the marbles and pays the price. He's going the long way back.
Flat left rear. That's what it looks like to me. There's something wrong with that car. It looked like the left rear was down.
And the problem is it's going to spin, and that'll bring the caution out.
Off there, guys. We're wrecked here.
Michael McDowell also spins. That's Jeff Burton. See, it starts with the 13 getting turned around, Casey Mears. And then Burton got into Montoya and said his foot stuck from that contact and into the wall. Watch the black number 1.
Just see him up there. He's in that gray stuff, and he just no traction there whatsoever. Nothing you can do. You pick up that debris on your tires, and around you go.
Let's ride with Jimmy Johnson.
Very, very nice job right there.
Darrell, I think it's 2 things. There's no right there.
Exactly, Larry.
All right, they were trying to stay on the tail end of the lead lap and not go 1 lap down when Gilliland found the wall exiting turn 2.
I believe that 33 had a right front go down, guys. guys. The thing just darted out into the wall there. I believe he had a right.
Stenhouse.
Yeah, he just gets loose, getting down in the corner there, and the back end comes around. That's usually happens after a pit stop. Maybe the air pressure's a little low. Maybe they made some adjustments.
Started on the front row earlier today, and here is the Eric Almirola slide. And by the way, it's been 26 years since the points leader coming into Bristol won the Bristol race. Jimmy Johnson in position to do that, the last driver to do it.
Yeah, there he goes. You can just see a dead right turn into the wall. That's the right front going down.
Slipped up in turn 2, and Logano got right alongside him, but could go no further. And coming off 4, Logano jumps up in the groove right in front of Danny Hamlin, and wait for it, wait for it. Pow.
What did we say when we were watching this? If he doesn't move Jeff Gordon, somebody's going to move him.
And that's exactly what happened with his ex-teammate from Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin, in the 11.
But Larry, you see that little tap and how absolutely on the edge these cars are?
All right, we've had some pit stops under this caution, Krista.
Clint Boyer has been strong all day. You see the...
Because the car just, he goes in, he does that dive bomb thing, and then right here you see the car just takes off. Matt was great big run on the outside and drove right up on the back of him.
And we are hearing at the right front blue, but it's almost like something.
There it went.
Hit the wall, fellas. Blue tire front.
Stremme here.
He just gets up, he's up in the high lane actually, and looks like the car comes around. I thought he had a right rear tire down, but I'm really not sure. It doesn't look like it from that angle.
The caution is a break for Josh Wise. He gets the free pass, gets back on the lead lap. Nemechek high up against the wall.
And Mike, he chased that car from turn 1 all the way up into the middle of the corner and hung onto that car with that left rear tire down.
4th caution of the day, lap 117 car.
You see him back there up high, coming around the back of the picture there. I think he gets
all right,
forced.
Martin's here,
Yeah,
and Gilliland's there. They're pretty far apart from each other, so it was Mark coming across the track after it broke that got into Gilliland, who was a victim.
Let's see if Mark gets any help or if that track bar just breaks. Did he get the wall? No, he got, there you go. There's your contact.
He comes right across Gilliland's nose.
Yep.
See the rear end moving back and forth there. Good sign.
Not sure which came first.
Pit road is open this time.
Well,
looking out the tailpipes there.
Yeah, we know this is an engine failure, and certainly Toyota, they've had their fair share of engine problems. I think they felt pretty comfortable after Las Vegas.
Watch out for the 3rd place car, Kyle Busch. He's looking.
Hamlin edges ahead. They touch! They touch, and here comes Kyle. Hamlin, Logano on the wall. Hamlin spins down the racetrack, and Kyle Busch wins in California.
I thought they'd be nice to each other. They weren't.
That hit.
Watch his car. Watch the back of the car. Ooh, I mean, the whole car just came up off the ground.
And I don't see any safer barrier in that area right there.
I don't either, Larry.
But Darrell, I agree with you. That's not over-aggression. And the first win here for Joe Gibbs Racing. And boy, Tony Stewart is after Logano.
Well, I did see some punches thrown today. You can't say they're just pushing each other. Right here, and Kenny just really pinches her down, and Danica spins the car out to stay off of Schrader.
Yeah, she was as low on the racetrack as she could go.
Let's maybe see where this got started.
It's kind of like you see right here that.
What happened to Junior, Darrell? His car just stopped accelerating.
Quit. Yeah, I don't know if he got enough. He got a little nudge from Casey Kane in the 5. I don't know if it got him out of whack there, and he backed off real quick. I'm not sure what happened.
Now that's what happened down the front straightaway. The drivers up front knew the caution was out, And some other drivers right behind them couldn't react quickly enough.
Boy.
Up, and did Regan Smith help him around?
Just a little wee bit of help right there. But watch this save. Watch Ruderman. Stays in the gas. Smokes the tires. Able to do.
Something wrong with Carl Edwards.
Whoa, he's got a tire down.
Left rear. He's around. Caught his tires, and he went sliding through turn number 3 and around to bring out the second caution flag of the day.
Mike, one thing as a driver you always worry about when your car's been in a wreck and the team patches it all up and sends you back out. Did they get everything tight? Did they get everything back?
Move. There's the bump from Gilliland that sent Kurt Busch spinning.
Yeah, now Danica Patrick, Mark Martin, and Regan Smith.
Box.
Yeah, that tire's down by the time Kurt Busch and Dave Blaney come into view.
You just can't hang on to one of these things when the left rear's down on them.
Vickers in the back of the 10.
Yeah, he shoved
into the side of the 88.
Right, he shoved Danica into Dale Jr. over the next 3 or 4 years.
Turn 1.
Trouble in turn 1.
A flame is Kurt Busch after a hard hit with the turn 1 wall.
Boy, they need to get over there.
You talk about bad days gone worse. Kurt Busch has had one.
He had to press.
Oh,
wow.
My goodness.
That is quite a fire underneath the hood of that 78 car.
And remember, that's a carbon fiber hood, so.
But Darrell, that looks like oil lines, fuel lines. That looks like everything.
Oh, yeah. You see brake pad flying out the front up there. I mean, the whole right side of the car is destroyed.
But you'll see him hit that.
Whoa. Well, these guys were getting, and gals were getting very aggressive.
Well, in Harvick and Kenseth, they had fresh tires.
Now, watch this. I think I see where the, yeah. Harv said, hey, bud. We see the 17 come off. He was a little loose. We saw him earlier loose up off the corner. He's got a problem.
Something had to have went amiss on that car because that was right in the middle of the straightaway, Darrell.
Yeah, and the left rear tire looked like it might be down, Larry, and it had that look to it the way it darted around. Now he is letting that car he's backing that car up like that to get down off the racetrack. Coasted, but he's getting down off the racetrack, out of the way, not off the track.
Both cars ended up in the wall. Stenhouse has taken his to the garage.
To back up the adjustment that Dave Rogers did on the last stop because the racetrack has changed once again. The sun has gone down. In turn 3, the car started to go tight.
Flames in Matt Kenseth's pit as he pulled away. Maybe a little bit of overflow from filling that car. In Texas for Matt Kenseth and crew. Okay. As Matt Kenseth.
I have a tire going down. Martin Truex is in.
Caution for, oh boy, there goes Jeff Burton after Ambrose had trouble and Burton in the wall. I don't know if there's, oh boy. Looked like there was contact between he and Gilliland there.
Wow, the 31 was way back there.
Yeah.
You know what? It looks like he got on the brakes and it just locked the rear tires up or else spun out. I don't know why.
Mark Martin. Tire, boom, turn 1. And into the wall, stayed up against the wall all the way around to turn 2. And that's put us under the second caution flag of the day. Tough break for Kurt Busch, who had made a pit stop for a left rear. Gets up high in turn number 4 and into the wall.
Remember, we said, you know, there's a small half groove out there, but don't jump the cushion. Looked like Elliott got into that loose stuff and the car just would not stick.
Under caution for the 4th time today in Kansas.
Joey Logano was trying to get by on the inside. You'll see Joey coming along here. Thinks Kyle's going to stay up next to the wall, but the car comes down, and that is amazing.
And Joey was all the way on the apron.
He felt like Kyle was probably going to stay outside up next to the wall, but the car was just coming down the hill. And look at that 22 car just goes airborne. What an impact. Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
That is Unbelievable.
Two drivers coming off great runs at Texas last Saturday night. Kyle won, Joy finished 5th.
What I like about that spot from our Fox high-speed camera is that all the deformation of both cars is in front of the windshield, in the crumple zone. The driver compartments stay intact. To Vickers. Kind of like Kyle Busch in practice, same spot and teammate car.
Yeah, very similar.
Oh, it's the 9.
And it's off turn 2. It's like every now and then a car off of that corner will just step out and spin around. We've seen it time and time again. We saw it in practice, and now we see it here in the race again.
Looked like David Gilliland might have got into the back. Cautions out for the 7th time in Kansas. Landon Castle gets inside and into Wise.
Boy, look at that. I mean, that's some great car control there. Josh Wise hung on to that number 35 car even after all that hard.
Way up the racetrack already.
Got into it pretty hard.
But he managed to arc through most of the turn before he hit. Sprint Network. Learn more at sprint.com/speed. You know, I don't think the heavy stuff is going to come down for quite some time.
Everybody's putting on the raincoats.
And there's not a whole lot the guy in the truck can do about the sprinkler system.
He could park over it.
He pulled up there and said, hey, I think I found the leak.
Just got loose, late exit.
I've seen that happen here up off that corner. Get a little wheel spin and around she goes. You hear the wheels start to break loose and around it goes.
This thing continues to stay green, but they had to come in with that small vibration.
And as he pits, Travis Kvapil hit the wall in 2, hit it again in 3. Can't get down to the bottom of the racetrack. Cautions out.
Yep. Couldn't have been. Got Jeff Gordon lurking there behind him. Oh, Stewart gets loose. He gets loose getting down into 1. He gets into Johnson into 48, and around they go.
And there's nowhere for Kyle Busch to go. He was all the way on the apron.
Whoa, the 2. Did you see Keselowski slalom through there?
He thread the
That
needle.
man has a charmed life.
Well, he's had enough trouble.
The inside of Mark Martin.
Oh,
Well.
Casey Kane just come up off the corner, drove into the left rear of the 55 of Mark Martin, and Mark got nailed by the 11 of Brian Vickers, and what a mess. So it's another one of those nights where Gibbs had it all going his way, and now he's got 2 wrecked race cars.
That's Brian Vickers in that 11 with all that front end damage.
Yeah, he ran into, he drove into the side of Mark. Bad. He's doing it again.
And away goes Truex.
I told you that could be bad. Martin closed the door on Kurt going into turn 1, and he did the same thing.
For this.
1-5. Keep it up there. Hold it up there. Hold it up.
That was a hard lick.
It really was. He hit that wall. And it's...
All right. Good job, guys.
Well, there's a mess going on back here.
Tony Stewart getting up and against Kurt Busch.
A lot of emotion here. A lot of temper. A lot of temper. A lot of emotion.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of aggression.
This is typical Richmond.
Yep. Typical short track racing. They start with their tempers and fenders intact. And one man.
Let's see what happens here.
Oh, took Stewart out of the groove.
Yeah, he got up underneath him, pushed him up the hill, and when he did, everybody went by.
Cost him 4 or 5 spots there. Now here's Kenseth on the outside, tries to come down track.
He gets
get to the back bumper.
No harm, no foul right there. He did get into Allmendinger. I mean, Matt was like, I'm coming through, get out of the way. Now right here he pushes Kurt up out of the, there's where he pushed Kurt up out of the groove.
And he gets 7th while Kurt ends up 9th behind Almirola. crash in turn 1.
Huge crash, unbelievable crash.
Kyle Busch got into the back of Casey Kane. Kane got turned into the wall as Busch tried to change lanes.
Because Ambrose starts to move to the outside and catches the back of the 5-car Kane and sends him around. See Jamie McMurray, and there goes the 29 of Harvick.
Hamlin got hit by
Brian Vickers in it now, yeah.
Hamlin's car, Vickers, Ruderman,
the 70.
Stewart.
Martin Truex Jr. in 56 just basically all but stopped to keep from getting in it. Jeff Burton, you just had talked about him in the 31.
Danica Patrick, Gilliland, here it is again.
Yeah, it just gets on that right rear corner, and then Casey comes off corrects and comes right into the side of the 18 car of Kyle Busch, and then it's on from there.
Yeah, a lot of
16.
A lot of drivers running from third on back were involved in that.
Boy, Danica Patrick does a nice job of avoiding contact.
Oh, there we go. There we go. There was no way.
Oh, it's Kurt Busch Boyer's in it. Bobby Labonte's in it. Stremmy's in it. Jeff Gordon down to the grass.
Nothing else coming from behind you.
And Kurt Busch went over and over.
Right here, the 51 car, Owen Stenhouse squeezes to the outside.
And that's Yaley in the 36.
And that shoved Yaley down. And look at that 78 car upside down and then lands on top of Ryan Newman's 39 car.
Bobby Labonte involved.
So it was Stenhouse, the rookie, trying to go 4 wide on the outside, running out of room with his number 17.
Yeah, and running out of time. I mean, he's, desperate. And you see the 36 move down just a little bit. And Yaley and Stenhouse thought he could squeeze by on the next to the wall, and he just couldn't make it. And this gets ugly. Watch this thing.
Right on top of Ryan Newman.
Hadn't Ryan Newman had cars on top of him before here?
I think the 2009 race.
I think you're right.
Brad Keselowski and Carl Edwards coming to the checkered flag.
Boyer's 15 comes up, clogs the track. Both Labonte brothers involved. Stremme, number of those smaller teams on the way to a good finish here.
Jeff Gordon sliding down through the mud.
Now watch the 36. The red and white car comes up just a little bit. And that contact with Stenhouse was enough. Then he comes down into Ambrose, and it's on.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. in that 88 just squeezed by.
There's Danica. She almost went over.
You see Danica up and against the wall with Terry Labonte.
Michael Waltrip in the 55 just barely squeezed by.
Let's ride with Danica. J.J. Yaley with Matt Yoakum.
He's pulled the car back in the garage area, and J.J., you've seen
the move, finish it. And that's kind of where I saw that 36. He started to make a move, but then he hesitated. Stenhouse didn't, and we get this big mess.
You're with Dale Earnhardt Jr. Whoa.
What a view. Looking back. Danica's car, the 10 back there, almost went over.
And now you're with Clint Boyer. That long ago, we didn't qualify. Oh.
Be careful, hold on to it.
Regan Smith.
Something was wrong with that car when it went by here last time. Real slow down on the apron.
Yeah,
oh, there
he goes.
Got a problem with the car back there.
Caution waves for the second time tonight at lap 302.
They all kind of come together right here.
Oops.
Kurt Busch in that 78 is going to have a little bit of damage on the right side of his car. Look at Brad Keselowski in
bunch
that
of damage in his car. Here comes the 55 of Mark Martin, who's several laps down. And then here they come. Bouncing off the wall, and again, even though it's a wide front straightaway, when they start bouncing off the wall, you just get into it.
Keselowski took a pretty hard hit to the outside there.
Yeah, his car has serious damage. into 5 once again, drives in really, really hard, but he loses control of the car and gets in the wall.
Daryl, did Kyle Busch in the 18, did he get down on an apron and come up the racetrack just a little bit?
I didn't see Kyle Busch do it. See if we can get an idea of what happened here, Larry. Oh, here you go, the 88. You see the smoke coming out of the 88? Something's wrong with his either the engine in the car or an oil line or something, because he's got a lot of smoke and I think fluid coming out of the car, and that's where this all gets started.
I think that was Biffle right behind him, up and into the wall. Is the number 16, the Ford of Biffle.
But if he indeed has an engine issue, we've already talked about Kyle Busch in the 18. I think he may have went to the race.
Now a T-bone crash following that, involving Travis Kvapil in the number 93 Toyota and Dave Blaney.
Well, Mike, there was definitely a lot of oil. You saw that smoke coming out of the 88 car. That was where all the oil and fluid came out on the track, and then these guys had no control over their cars. Yeah, we had talked to a number of engine people, and they were really worried about how many RPM they were turning here tonight.
So you can see the paint from the wall on the side of Blaney's car and parts coming down the track, a brake rotor breaking into.
Oh yeah, he's got a right front tire down right there. See the car take off like that right front tire down, shot him right into the outside wall. You can see there the right front's flat.
Yeah, Daryl, he was turning the steering wheel, but she was going straight.
No.
2 cars hard in the wall in turn 3. Danica Patrick and Brad Keselowski.
Oh, more damage on the 2. Looked like the right front was locked up and took it right into the wall.
Right there, with Ricky Stenhouse inside them.
Yeah, I think it got a little tight. Ricky maybe it moved up a little bit and caused Danica to move up a little bit. Got into the 2 car of Keselowski and into the wall they go. When they were going down the back 2 and 3 wide like that, I said, man, I don't know if it's going to work or not.
Well, let's ride.
Restart. Casey Kane is at it.
Oh, trouble! Run straight away. 3 wide and 2 cars pile hard into the wall.
It's a terrible wreck. Mark Martin got into I think it was maybe the 43 of Almirola. They came together, and that really created this huge crash.
They were 3
right here. It looks like Mark maybe gets a little loose or maybe cuts down trying to make that dog leg and gets into the side of Almirola. And I thought these cars were going to go over right here. They got up in the air pretty good.
And Mark came up into Ricky Stenhouse, Casey Mears, and Bobby Labonte involved.
Yeah, this is Stenhouse down here, Bobby Labonte down here.
David Stremme, a near miss.
Boy, he almost got into.
You're right.
But just topped it off with Sunoco fuel.
Oh, here we go, more trouble.
Sliding, slamming into the wall.
Hold on to it.
It's Johnson sideways. Montoya clips him. Oh, boy.
I think the 20 car starts to get a hold of that one on the inside and just pulls him around as he goes by.
And what happened, it was a chain reaction. You saw Montoya in the 42 get into Kenseth in the 20, and then Menard in that yellow 27 as well. Just started stacking up.
Tony Stewart shot right through, unscathed. This is a couple of laps prior.
Remember, the 39 had been on pit road, had some issues. They had to hood up on the car. He had problems getting on pit road. I think he was a little frustrated, the 39 car.
And 1 lap later. And there had been about 4 or 5 issues of contact before this happened. Heeling up into the wall, and here he comes across.
Whatever's at the top of this racetrack, even on the straightaway, it's going to the bottom.
Well, we call it a self-cleaning racetrack, and you see right there why. Everything goes right down to the bottom of the racetrack, right into the safer barrier.
Nice job by Bobby Labonte in the 47 to not be a part of this. As Ryan Newman brings out the caution flag with 100 laps to go. The FedEx boys and Brad Keselowski is struggling among that group as he did not pit.
Whoa, 5 cars sideways down in turn 2 down here.
Hang on to it.
And around he goes, Casey Kane. Everybody's going to get by, either high or low.
And we're into turn 1, and you'll see this car take a hard run up the hill, right front tire down right there.
Everybody else says that's when I've got to make up as much ground as I can.
Contact. Around goes Montoya. Kenseth with him. This is in the tunnel turn. Kurt Busch able to avoid it. Caution is out as Gordon goes by. And the field scattering behind him.
Just tires.
Well, everybody did a really good job avoiding that mess.
This eliminates the...
Now the reason for the caution.
I couldn't tell if there was contact with the 7. He had lost it way early in the corner. Yeah, it looks like they're... I think a car just broke loose on him here. No, 43 got into it.
43 got up.
Yeah.
43 broke loose and got up just into his left rear quarter panel. Eric and Matt did a good job of avoiding that. Carbon fiber deck lids, the pieces and the parts on this car that are composite material. Now, anytime something like this happens, you need to stop and check the racetrack because they splinter, they come apart. It's not...
That's Casey Mears in between them.
Oh, it just breaks loose.
Yep.
And you see Jeff go to the high side, gets pinned on the outside wall.
That's huge for Jeff Gordon, who entered 11th in the standings, had a wild card position, only a couple outside the top 10.
Had a wild card position.
Dominated that race, leading 80% left, and there goes Kurt Busch around. One of the fast cars all weekend, our third caution of the day, and there's damage to the left rear.
Just tickling the edge of the gray right there, drops that right side off in it, and it comes around on him.
And thank goodness that is all asphalt to the inside of the racetrack down the back straightaway so everyone can scatter and miss the accident. Here's a great look.
It's probably going to leave blown right front tire.
Wow.
Exactly what it was. And
just about the worst place, too, right as you loaded up one into turn 1. And normally, Casey would be one of those guys that's running the high line. He would have been about 2 feet off the wall because that's where you can get the wave around.
See Menard coming off pit road, but left of your screen. The reason for the caution, our 8th one of the day.
That thing blew in the middle of the straightaway when you look at it right there.
Yeah, each other. Reagan got tagged.
Popped by David Stremme.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had
something like that you can't really prevent. I mean, having somebody
and there
just
goes Kyle Busch
you.
around. Perhaps some contact from Montoya. Kyle was running in the 8th position, and he too is going to lose plenty of.
Going to be tough to beat. Now they were working on their side bite as we watched Danica get underneath the 7. They were working on their side.
This is where Rudeman went off track.
Yeah, Rudeman had to check up though. Yeah. I don't think Joey was obviously not expecting that.
Because Joey, that's right where you're getting ready to get back on the gas. You see him turn right here. Joey gets ready to get back on the gas. They all check up right there in front of him. Joey's got a little damage to the front of that car right there.
And for Rudeman, it was his teammate in front of him. He surely did not want to take out him. Here's Danica.
Oh, it's flat before
already.
She got there. Before she got there. Yeah, I was getting ready to say as she got there and started to turn in, it never even turned in to get down to the corner. Bad place to have a left rear go down.
I think we all will. Here's the issue with Denny Hamlin.
He got tagged. In order to hit that angle, he got hit. Yeah, a lot of these guys were accelerating in the back before the front went, and it was just like you said, it was an accordion effect. And
Ambrose
and the further back you are, and
look at the guys up front today. The potential is there, and there goes Stremme around. And Dale Jr. off course as well.
Ooh. Stremme right there. Oh, yeah, he just dropped the left side off in the dirt. And when he got ready to get on the brakes, he just had to work it all the way down. Good job of not tearing that thing. Marcus, 11% chance also.
Jeff Burton, Tony Stewart in the top 10. Both go around here, and that ends what has been a great day for Burton, trying to get his on board with Tony Stewart coming to turn 11.
Wow.
Clip the tires there.
That was because of the 11, and he still gets a lucky dog. I'm not sure. I'm not smart enough to understand
Kenseth
that.
goes wide, and Kyle Busch is around off of turn 2.
Lock her down, lock her down, lock her down.
They scatter to miss him, and it looks like everyone is going to get by.
All right, get her rolling.
look at it, but man, it's
another spinner. That's Brad Keselowski going around.
This could be ugly.
Back up across the track. Big damage. A number of cars collected. Dave Blaney, Greg Biffle.
And whenever you see a car coming back across a racetrack like that, you know it's going to be a bad deal.
Travis Quapple nowhere to go.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, he got tagged by Kurt Busch, went down on the apron. When he came back up on the racetrack, he got into the left rear of Brad. Nothing Brad could do, like you said. At that point, Brad's for the ride, goes along for the ride, and tore up a lot of race cars right there. Watch the 78 car goes down on the apron, then he comes sliding back up, and he just turns the 2 car.
And it is a very harsh transition. We saw it during some of the qualifying laps. A harsh transition from the flat up to the race, back up onto the racetrack.
Yeah, but that was just a big misjudgment there on 78 car.
Down to the time of caution as we get the replay of Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, he just cut a right front, or something happened to the car. For when you ever see a car take off like that, it's a.
If you missed it earlier, he had a spin off of turn 2, and there goes Brian Vickers hard into the wall. Might have been a right front tire.
The wall, turn 3. Come on down pit road.
Caution out with 26 laps to go. It's our 9th of the day.
Now this comes back a couple of spots here, possibly.
Joey Logano
going to get sideways and wreck.
wreck.
Yeah, he just cut down on the 22 car right there.
Jimmy Johnson able to save it?
Yes.
Barely.
Oh my gosh. He did a great job of but he was sideways. But he tried to block. He tried to block.
Yeah.
It looked like he tried to block that.
Happened to Joey Logano.
It looks like tire went down or something, because he shot up the racetrack like a tire went down or something broke.
Yeah, that thing turned hard right.
You watch him right there. Yeah, if when a car just shoots up the racetrack like that, obviously something.
Easy. Keep coming here. Keep coming.
And that's a lot of times that's what happens. Denny has on the 56. It's almost like he got the 56 of Martin Truex arrow loose. He never touched him. But sometimes when you have such a run on a guy in the corner like that, you can get somebody that loose. But I'm just, that's what it looked like. I don't know if the 56 just broke loose or.
29 circuits in the lead. But he may have company soon.
Smoke.
Big crash.
Well,
4th caution of the night, Eric Almirola with damage. That's David Strimmy going down low through the grass.
But you see Strimmy and Ambrose. They get together right here. These 2 cars, and you see the 51 car. I don't know if he gets hit from the behind.
I don't think he got hit.
Or if he just jumped on the brakes and the thing turned around on him, and he gets down into the 43 of Eric Almirola.
Little damage on the left front for Allmendinger there.
Well, that's because he's been in the back of the pack on purpose, Adam. Crash on the track, Adam.
Just talking about
got airborne. A.J. Allmendinger, Jeff Gordon, David Rudiman, Matt Kenseth all involved.
The 11 cars in there too. Spacing behind him, the 2 cars behind him. He goes there. Wow. I don't know if the 2 car got into the back of him and sent him to the inside and he overcorrected.
It almost looked like how the car in front of him slowed down.
Good point.
And he turned to the left, and that's when it spun him around.
But then and then obviously everybody's trying to avoid him.
Yeah. Yeah. Watch Boyer. You get the 11. It looks like these guys get. He just dove down.
Wow.
And then corrected maybe. Yeah, that's really a strange act. Man, Matt did a good job not hitting that car, but then he got clobbered.
See Blaney in that, and Blaney had a good run. Those guys had run in the top 10 or 15 a lot tonight in that 7 car.
Yeah.
And you watch AJ hit the 11 car and pick it up in the back. If that'd been in the door, that's pretty horrific.
This hit or that hit. I mean, watch the 20 car here.
This is hard right here. It's a lot harder than it looks. And you see Denny's car. If we just stay watching Denny's car gets up next to the wall, and then it opens up to the driver's door.
That's the scariest, most vulnerable part right there.
And there's AJ, and there's no place for those guys to go when you see the 11 car get up in the air.
This is where you try to get rid of Jimmy Johnson as far as.
And there goes Kane out of line, spinning down to the inside on the back straightaway. Hard hit on the inside wall.
Yeah. But I was going to say, this is where you try to get Jimmy Johnson in the middle of the pack, get him away from the front, the middle.
And he seems to be headed there, and he sees the 48 come over and tries
to. Or the 48 got tapped.
Yeah, the 48 kind of forces him over. and forces him right into the side of Casey and just body slams him. And this is, you see the wall kind of take that, absorb some of that energy in the front of this.
And still look at the car.
Yeah, front of this Gen 6 take it, and that's
I think we both hit back there when it wasn't there, and that's a
yeah, but that's
Stewart feeling good, and how about Kurt Busch in that outside lane with help from David Gilroy?
Oh, here we go.
We got trouble.
There we go. That's it.
Like I said, you lead at the white.
That's it.
You're good to go. But they may race to the finish.
They're going to let them race back here. That happened over in turn 2, so they got plenty of room.
Wow. Right. Let them race, boys.
Hopefully they're cleared when they get back down there.
Tony Stewart won this race last year. He's won it
29, shoving the 14. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but
through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Busch in the outside lane, not making a move.
Oh,
trouble behind him.
Danica.
Danica and others. Jimmy Johnson gets the win at Daytona.
Yeah, she got turned right there.
That was a dominating performance.
Correct. After the white flag.
Yeah. Carl just gets, just as we saw the 5 car of Kane get slammed and sent to the inside, Carl got slammed going the other way and got slammed into the outside wall. No caution after this. You see Carl right there.
Yeah, it looks
as
like
the 13 car moves up on him and sends him around.
Yeah.
Scott Speed, Bobby Labonte out there. Joe Nemechek nowhere to go. Like David Reagan, barely able to sneak by. And because all of this happened well behind the leaders, and it was over in turn 2, NASCAR said
Kurt Busch go to the high side. He's got Earnhardt, Patrick, and Danica gets just tangled up with the 38 car.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, you know, like you said, once that starts happening.
Ryan Newman nowhere to go. You see the damage for Jeff Burton, J.J. Yaley involved.
Barely down there, inside.
That's still hard to tell if you got any help or not on that. You can see the car just jump a little bit loose there. Watch at the right rear. He spins the car around and just catches the tire changer, and it hit his elbow pretty hard.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if it looked like maybe it got his left knee and hip too.
It got a little bit of everything. That hurt.
Yeah, he's a little bit upset with Joey right there. Joey needed to spin the car around. Felt like he did to get.
And 9 is.
Oh.
Well, it looks like Harvick basically just booted him on that one.
I'd say Harvick just took him out right there. They got together a little bit, and this Harvick drove into him and stayed.
Going to be far left of your screen there.
Yeah, she definitely got turned around.
Yes. It looks like AJ just got up into her and got into the left rear and the worst place. You know what I mean? Coming up off the corner there. Yeah, by that time that she's already around, but definitely looked like AJ just drove up into the left rear corner.
Very wide.
Hey, Kyle, the reason Eric Almirola.
Oh, there goes Kurt Busch and Ryan Newman around. Matt Kenseth
stop. Yeah. Inside, hold your line.
Matt Kenseth got the 78 pretty hard. See, did Danica turn him?
Wow. They just got all hooked together there.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell from that.
Interesting dinner.
Yeah. They were just, it's hard to tell from that.
Somewhere to 78 and. Well.
Yeah. That's like, that's just
everybody's. He came across me and I barely touched him.
Yeah, I'm out of patience and I don't like you racing me, so sorry.
That looked like it's late in the day and I'm frustrated, so I'm going to take my anger out on you.
Yeah, and Jeff gave him a slide job, so I can see where Paul may have been a little bit upset about that. And like Kyle said, it's late in the day.
Yep.
We've been arguing all day with this racetrack, and this is when the tempers are very, very short.
Joe Nemechek,
See Denny Hamlin right here basically just gets out from under him.
Yeah, it looked like that he was just, you could see the back end out just a little bit when he was entering the corner. You try to carry a lot of speed there. Once it starts stepping out with these cars, you're carrying so much speed.
Hey, that's a hard hit in turn 2 when you get that wall that way.
Right-hand turn. Don't see any fluid coming out. I have a feeling it was
the air pressure out from under the hood if the car spins around backwards, right off the car.
Wow. A hard lick, too. That is a hard lick, but there are worse places that you can lose a right front tire for sure.
It was good, 5249. Clear.
So he knew he had a problem real early in the straightaway and did a good job of getting the car right up next to the wall, entering the corner. Left rear tire's already down. He knows it. He's trying to chase it. Almost saved it.
Yeah, I think he felt this. You can see Tim Hill right there running on some cars and then spin his car. But I think he knew this going over the tunnel to be in. But she's had good car control all day, but looked like got a little bit loose and up into the car and then nowhere to go for Menard. Jeff Burton, see Martin Truex just trying to slide by. Might have had to go through some grass there, but looked like he did a good job of avoiding that.
It's like he just lost it. Here's somebody that did
have to get on the brakes. You can see right there. Just too much speed.
And trouble for Jeff Gordon in the wall.
Set himself up for a pass. Just runs out of room. It's like he's behind Denny Hamlin.
There's just very few times, Alan, like you talked about, it's a hard hit right there because you just shifted into high gear carrying a lot of speed. But a lot of these drivers talked about that very area that used to not be a problem spot that could be this.
It's like fellas just got right in the quarter panel.
Yeah, it looked like he had that, and he was kind of expecting maybe that, well, knew that he was there. Tough place to race side by side. We pointed this out yesterday, and don't know how much we talked about today, but there's not much room up through here.
Denny Hamlin picked up a piece of somebody's bumper bar on the nose of his car on the way through.
Yeah, he was right behind these two.
And then things will start stacking up from back there because there's just nowhere to go.
It's from Jeff Gordon.
Oh, man, looked like something happened to that car.
Like a left front tire.
Yeah. Windshield deep into those tires.
Just once again, we've seen this a number of times. Drivers trying to make a pass, get down the inside, carrying too much speed, start to wheel hop just a little bit.
At this point of the race, looked like Casey ran him out of room.
He was definitely out of room for sure. I don't know if something may have happened before that Casey felt like he needed not to give Jeff Burton any more room than that.
Got the guardrail. Got it a couple times, actually pretty good. See the right front.
Contact there.
Not going to be good.
Guesses. This will get ugly. Casey Kane around. Junior hits him. And more spinning and crashing behind. Oh, Ambrose got hit. Matt Kenseth, I think, nudged Ambrose and or Kane. Maybe both of them.
I'm not sure that Dale Jr. actually didn't get into the back of them. I think it was stacked up further back.
And then the track is blocked there. You see how close those guardrails are to the side of the pavement. And then the jam up. Let's see this.
You can see Kenseth come across there for sure and get into Casey Kane.
I think I'm with Andy there. I think Kenseth got hit from behind too.
We can see just how narrow that racetrack is.
Yeah.
Oh, Ambrose turned in the S's. Same spot on the track. Caution's out. More cars involved.
I was just about to say, watching him try.
It's like Max Pappas, but they're all jammed up. Looked like the 29 was in the back of him.
Well, we talked about that groove being so narrow. There's just like a lane and a half. You get outside of that with the two tires. There's just no grip there. And you start pedaling the throttle as others are trying to go behind you.
Got problems.
Clint Boyer's around.
brakes, jab to brake, jab to brake, jab to brake. All right,
What a
get
good
it rolling.
job he did.
You're
Not
right,
to
right
crash
there.
that
Bring it
way.
to us next time.
Just so you can see up in the gray. Yeah, and since the repave, this racetrack just hasn't widened back out yet to what used to happen.
Caution.
You still had that loose condition there.
Marbles.
Yeah, I have to wonder, though, if that wasn't a situation that maybe the right front went down there.
We
And
saw that some here in June.
Andy, you talked about that earlier.
So here's Junior already. You can see out of the groove. Looks like that tire went down. Right in the groove.
Yeah, but this goes to the example of how fast these cars are running. Alan, just what you're talking about, how difficult it is. This is a champion, Bobby Labonte. But, you know, as these teams try to develop this and make it work, they're finding out, and the drivers are finding out, especially at these speeds that they're running here at Michigan, just how difficult this can be.
Fortunately, didn't hit anything.
Look at these flaps. Look how well. And just got out from under him.
Stay to the bottom, to the bottom. All yellow, yellow.
And we've talked about how this speed and losing that lack of grip hasn't discriminated. It happening to some of the very, very best.
Look at this. Look at David Stremme, Jamie McMurray.
Bottom so clear by 2 over the 40. We'll go low, blown tire, stay low. Come on, low, low.
Usually a left front.
Clear, caution's out.
From earlier contact. Yeah, I saw some damage a little bit on the right front of Kurt Busch's car. Didn't know where it came from. Now we know. Have a good hack on how his car is handling. So he wanted to know. Uh-oh.
He's in the wall now. Contact there. Joey Logano also with some pretty good damage on the 22.
And Joey's going to probably have to pit here.
Kyle Busch makes it difficult for the leader and everybody else to pass them.
And you know these cars right.
Oh, he got touched.
Got turned
the race
around.
leader. Caution. Can they all avoid him? No.
I think he's sliding off the corner. Got a piece of the wall.
Ryan Vickers.
Vickers is a part of this.
Involved.
So my apologies to Almirola. He wasn't involved in that, but this is what we're kind of starting to expect here late. And Jimmy Johnson comes in, nowhere to go. We're just getting to that time of the race, and Montoya is upset. He had a pit road speeding penalty with a car that looked like it was going to be capable of giving him an opportunity to win. Trying to make things happen.
Really hard to tell. I mean, it looked like this left one was slow getting in the corner.
Looked like he tried to get up there. I thought maybe the 55 got a little bit loose getting there, and Jimmy was trying to maybe avoid that somehow. Okay.
11 and 55 there.
Yeah.
Tire down on the 11, right front maybe after that contact.
Definitely a stack up. Oh man, there's a lot of good cars got torn up here. That's a hard lick for Mark Truex.
Excitement didn't stop there. Harvick apparently parked his car in Hamlin's pit stall, and Hamlin helped to push it away.
See, everybody was kind of stacking up behind. Yeah, that right there instantly, as soon as he hit the back of that 48.
Wow, Jeff Burton and Mark Martin, 31 and 14, picking up some damage there too.
I think some even further back than that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
No doubt about what that was.
Yeah.
A little payback.
Isn't that interesting?
Trying to get to pit road. Jimmy can't get slowed down to miss him.
Jeff Burton's overcome a lot. He was a part of that deal that happened.
Oh, trouble. Brian Vickers around. Safe.
But kind of lost out of it in the middle.
Trouble behind them. Jeff Burton and Austin Dillon.
Hang on to it, buddy. Hang on to it.
Richard Childress Racing teammates bring the caution flag out again.
Right rear go down, getting into 3.
That'll explain that.
Austin Dillon was kind of committed to the outside. Just didn't have enough room.
And Burton had done such a great job to drive his car back into the top 10 before he was getting ready to make that green flag pit stop.
Jeff got all that right side damage, the earlier right side damage in a lap 30 restart jam.
Car was probably already a little bit loose. Maybe had worn that right rear tire quite a bit, and doesn't take much if the speeds are going.
To Jimmy Johnson from Kurt Busch's view. It's on the front stretch.
Right there, I see this.
Right here, Boyer, looks like he did get a tap.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It was close, but they were pitting.
Leaders in, Newman putting it in the hands of his crew.
You can see Montoya had lost his car a little bit and actually slowed down because of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, these things don't drive good when it starts raining at 190 miles an hour and slick tires. It looked like he's really struggling with the handling on it. And couldn't get off the corner and out of the way. Landon Castle into him.
He helped him out of the way.
Yes, he did. Allgaier got it.
That thing just exploded. It must have blown something out the bottom of the engine, and you got oil going everywhere on the headers, exhaust. Instantly went up in flames.
Been in the middle of one of those like that before?
That's not much fun right there, yes, as a driver. And you're glad whenever it goes out quickly. You're mad because it's happened, but then your thoughts turn to getting out.
Looked like Kyle Busch had a little trouble getting away. Oh, there's a trouble. Dale Jr.
I saw Stevie.
Look, it blew up.
Yellow flag. And the flames out the exhaust pipe from Dale.
Oh, yeah, big time. Clint got a good look at this.
Loose down in here. Yeah, that looks more like it.
Paul Menard just barely got out of that one.
That started bad on entry to the corner. Up. Now we see how that happened.
Wow, that's all right.
Look at Jeff Gordon.
Just
barely by.
Looks like Montoya got into the left rear.
Definitely contact there. Of course, they're not going to be teammates next year, so.
Yeah, they are today, though. Maybe from some contact. You see right there is Bobby Labonte, and he's already slow on the front straightaway, like this tire had gone down maybe just off the corner.
And that's David Gilliland in the yellow and white car that caught the back end of Labonte's 47.
Danica got a good look at this, too.
Stay at the bottom.
He just gassed it up and got sideways. I think when you hit the inside ball, it broke something in the steering.
The birth of this speed.
Whoa, whoa, guys, whoa. There, that all started right down there in the middle of turn 1 and 2.
Committed.
See right there, and when he comes in the picture, he's already out of control.
Yeah, he's in no man's land up there. And not talk about how little grips down in the groove. There's none up there.
Yeah, you can see he's really wide all the way through the corner. And this goes, well, no, it wasn't a tire.
That's just getting loose, yeah, as he tried to correct. And Newman, wrong place, wrong time.
Just look at that angle.
Oh, wow, it's a hard hit.
How does Stenhouse get through there?
Ooh, barely. I was looking at the way that 51 looked on the right front. I thought maybe he'd blown a tire.
Caution's out. Caution's out.
And it is for the smoke, and just that, not having the drivers racing through that reduced visibility. There is a fire truck that has arrived on scene, and I'm sure they'll have that quickly extinguished.
It puts another car on the lead lap.
Yep. David Gilliland gets the free pass. Second of his laps that he needed to make up. Got them both. Oh, trouble. Kyle Busch and Juan Pablo Montoya.
Lock her down, 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 lock her down.
How did he get away with that?
I don't know.
Oh, there's one in trouble off turn 2. It's Ambrose. And around. Caution.
Lock her down. Lock her down. You're all right. Nothing's coming here. Just lock her down. All right, bring her to pit road here. We got...
Continuing to ramp up. See if there's some contact here.
Oh, yeah.
Carl Edwards.
Ryan Vickers was down on the inside. Thought he was in a pretty good spot through that. But that's not a situation that you can say because of the 99 getting in the 18 that was Carl Edwards' fault. He was holding his line there. That's just 3 wide racing and the chance that you take.
Here's Brian Vickers. He's sideways. It looks like he's trying to save it. And, oh, my, look at this look. Oof. Wow.
Matt Kenseth scooting by there. What a terrible crash.
And that's just what's happening. Yeah, with this tire and this track combination. And those cars.
It's coming up shortly, and they're 3 wide again. Oh, trouble. Marcus Ambrose turned in the tri-oval. Montoya collected. Everybody else. Oh, trouble. Dillon gets turned around into the middle of the pack. Casey Mears is the one that hit him. Caution is out. Race is over.
Bumper.
Wow, looked like Dillon might have just turned around.
Yeah.
It might have just been air. Wow, what contact that was. Could have just been the air coming across the back that got him loose.
Just got in a little hot.
Wow.
And Burton had left just a little bit of room, but not enough room for Carl Edwards.
Now that's a big mistake on Carl's part right there.
Caution unfolded.
With the same driver. Carl Edwards getting in there. Hadn't figured out exactly how far you can drive down into turn 3 without hitting somebody yet.
all the bits of rubber smoking on the track where he spun.
Yeah, you can see that happen right in front. Yeah, like the engine just let go right on the back straightaway. It looks like he was trying to get it to the pit road. A little oil under the tires.
Safe.
Give him credit.
Travis Quapple got a piece of that. That was the back end of it.
Big and one. You got them spinning on the bottom. Check up big. Keep coming in the middle.
One of the left rear of the 78 for Kurt Busch there.
Oh, whoop. Now he's got more damage. He gets hit. Oh, boy, did he get nailed by
Martin.
Oh, my. 6 of Martin Truex. Looks like he got help.
No, Martin got loose. You can see the back end of Truex's car start coming around. And as he tried to save his...
It looked like Casey just dumped him.
So you don't ever know what took place maybe the 2, 3, 4, 5 laps leading up to that if Landon Castle had... Yeah, I don't know if he's doing a lot of... Oh, trouble. Here we go. Ryan Newman around.
Ryan Newman into the wall.
He just got wrecked on into one, man.
Matt Kids in a spot there he didn't want to be in. 3 wide on the outside. Oh, yeah, wow. There comes Montoya, who'd gotten back on the lead lap.
He's trying to get back into the party.
Yeah. Make your way through. Left rear tire goes down.
Yeah, definitely had a tire down on the left rear.
Pretty safe bet that the left rear. Well,
there in front of Matt Kenseth. He's running that high lane.
Yeah, this doesn't look like a tire issue. This looks like because you could see him come down, that maybe he just tried to get in there a little too hard on the entry to the corner.
Definitely had a tire down. I believe it was that left front.
You coming hard. Hold your brake. Caution's out.
Looked like the letters were all rubbed off his left front tire. Like he may have had some contact with another car just prior to this. Like Justin Allgaier got real close to the back bumper, just enough to take some more downforce off of that 11 that he didn't need to lose.
And watch how hairy things get here for Matt.
Sideways underneath another car. Able to stay off that other car.
There's Josh Wise.
Pretty heavy traffic. Let's see, looks like the motor let go. Blaney gets in it. Doesn't hit anything, but it goes around.
Now, I'm not sure if there was anything out there. Blaney actually got out of the groove up into the loose stuff there, but certainly.
I guess he could have been scared into it. 43 got into the back of Rudeman. Turning around. And boy, it gets narrow right here.
Wow, you're right about Junior.
All right, sit in front of you there. Come on, high, come quick, though. Spin up. Come on, clear.
We can see just how hard Justin Allgaier got hit from behind. Cold wit. We got a lot of damage on that 30.
Yeah, Danica thought she had done a nice job of avoiding that by kind of getting slowed down.
Sideways. Headed to the wall quick. Whew, man. I don't know what that feels like, Dale, but it looks like it would hurt.
4.
Yeah, there he is. He's the first one to get sucked up into that wall. I think that ball's going to chew up quite a few cars today.
Yeah, and they have to throw the caution there because you can see it hit pretty hard. Parts and pieces start coming off of this. That's where everybody's running.
Yeah, ended up being another.
It's already dinged the car up against the wall, and I'm sure it's just not driving well. You can see the rear spoilers. Actually, the rear quarter panel around that rear spoiler, even the spoiler's all bent up. It's going to just be struggling with that thing.
Whoa.
Close call.
David Gilliland. Nice avoidance.
Right rear's on fire pretty good here.
Yep, that's a problem. Paul Menard.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird look. I don't know what he's got going on, but it's not good.
Wow, look at that.
A lot of debris. It's definitely bringing a caution out.
Chunks of metal.
Yeah, it's burning pretty good, guys. Be ready here. I think that rubber's on fire underneath. Grab his fire extinguisher crew to go over with him. Grab his fire extinguisher crew to go over with him.
I can't believe the caution hasn't come out for that. Oh, whoa, baby. Whoa. That tire just blew out.
Everybody's okay. All right, you dumbasses, come on.
Caution has come out.
The explosion you heard was a tire blowing out.
Push this thing, get tires on it, put it behind the wall, okay? Put tires on it, get it behind the wall. We're done.
Erupted.